Okay, again I will go with some basics, so I will go some basics which we have done already, but I'll repeat those. Let's say if I have function a or ax. Okay, this is my function x, and I'll pass some parameter, for example a, and I'll do console.log a is a. Then I'll return a function. Right now I'm not talking about closure, but this will be converted to the closure in a bit. So I will pass another function, return a function. I will name this function as y, and I'll pass parameter b, and here I will say console.log b is b. Okay, let's see now how it works. Okay, so when I will run x, if I pass 1, so you will see the first line of the code, a is 1, because I am passing 1. I am able to see console.log a is 1, and the return value is this function. Okay, return value is this function. This function is returned. So since return is a function, so I can also do x of 1. Return of this is a function. That means I can call another parenthesis and I can pass b in it. So let me pass b in it. So what's happening now? First line of code will run this a is b, that is a is 1. And the second line, since it is returned a function, I am executing that function again to run this part. So I am passing 2 to this function, and I'm able to see b is 2. Let's do this multiple times. So I will put the console.log b, and then I will return another function called as z, which will take parameter c, and here I will say console.log c is c. Now since we have 3 functions, one at the top, then returning second function, then returning third function. Okay, let's enter it. So to run this one, I can say x, I will pass first one number. So when I pass one number, it will return me this function. Since the return is a function, that means I can execute it, the return value. So for execution, I will pass 2 here, that is b is 2. And I will see that when I pass this b as a 2, I am again getting a function. Since I am getting a function, that means I can execute it again with some new value 3. And after that I cannot execute it because we have only 3 functions, so I am able to only run 3 times. So you will see when I run the first time, it is a is 1. Then I execute the second one, that is this function. I am getting b is 2. And then when I am getting this, I am executing this third, I am getting c is 3. How I was able to execute the return value? Because return is a function. So I was able to execute this part. Again, when I execute this part, return is a function. Since return is a function, I can execute it again to that. So it will go from left to right. First x is this function. I pass 1. I am getting a function. Since I am getting a function, I can execute it this 2. When I execute this 2, I am again getting this function. So I can execute 3 again. Let's do one more time. Let me create another return of function, and here I will name it as k, and I can pass d, and here I will say D is D. So similarly, we did previously, I can pass one. When I pass one, I get return function. So I will pass 2. Again, I will get return function. I will pass 3 in the return function. Again, I get return function. I will pass 4 in the last one, and I'm getting the final one. A is 1, 2, 3, 4. So is it clear that when I return a function, I can execute it immediately? Okay. Since this is the function, I execute it one time. Then I got a return function, I execute it a second time. And then when I have third thing, I will execute third time. When I have fourth time, I have executed the fourth time. So my question is it clear why I was able to execute multiple times? Because of the function. Did you understand this part? Okay. So now let's do a little different. I will only return 2 times. Okay, I will return one is a function, then I have second function here. So let's name this function as a sum. The top function I will name it as a sum. I will pass A. Then the second function which I have here, I will call this inner sum. Okay, so this is the inner sum. I call inner sum. Now instead of writing the function again here as a return of function, what I will do, I will not write down the function, I will just say return inner sum. So what I'm doing, I'm not calling another function, but I'm returning this inner sum here. Okay, only 2 times. So just enter it. Now what I will do, I will pass sum of 1. When I pass sum of 1, it is saying A is 1 with this line, and it is returning this function. Since it is returning a function, I can call it again sum of 1 and 2. When I call sum of 1 and 2, it is calling this line, then it is calling this line, and it is returning again a function. So I can call it as again 1, 2, 3. Sorry, A is not defined. It's a sum. And I call sum of this one. Okay. So when I say A of sum of 1, 2, and 3, you will see A is 1 which is coming here. Then B is 2 coming is here. Then second time when I'm passing this, because second time is also return a function. When second time I'm passing this, I'm getting B is 3. Okay. So I can now go to n number of times. My function has these 2 functions only, but I can go to n number of times. Here I'm going 6 times. You will see A is 1. First time it will be A is 1. Second time all will be B equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And still I get the function in the return. So that means I can go still more times as I want. I can go again 6 times. So you will see we are running 8, 12 times. So this is the infinite times I can go, and I can see the console.log is coming, and we have the return function again. That means I can go again to another infinite times. Okay, so that is the purpose of this return inner sum, so that I can go infinite times. Okay, so let me clean this function a little bit. I don't want to display A. I don't want to display B right now. Now what I will do, I will create one variable called as total equal to 0. Initially I put total equal to A. Let's say total equal to A. because A is passed and I assign A to this variable total. Now what I will do, as many times as I run this inner function, I will add the total. Total is equal to total plus B. So whatever value of total was there, I will take that total value and I will add the B which I am passing here. So if I pass 1 here and second time I pass 2 here, so 1 will be added to total here, and then when I come inside this, 2 is here, so it will be 1 plus 2. I will get total equal to 3. So let me do console.log total is total. So I'll just print out this total. Now what I will do, sum of, first I'll do only sum of 1. Okay, since I do sum of 1, I get the return of this function. Since total is not displayed because I never run this inner function. Okay, so let's do this one. I will do 1 and 2. So 1 will go here as A and B will go as a 2, and the total will become A plus B, that is 3. So if I enter it, you will see total is 3 because A is 1 and B is 3, so total is 3, and still I am getting return sum. Okay, let me do 3 times. Sum 1, 2 and 3 times. So what will happen when I run the 1, total will be 1. When I run 2, so total will be 1 plus 2, that is 3. When I run 3, the total will be 3. 3 is already and 3 will be added. 3 plus 3 equal to 6. So it will add 6. The total is 3 and total is 6. So I am getting total is 6. Okay. So let's run it some multiple times to see how it's going. I will add 4 and 5. So I can add 5. So I'm getting total is 3, 6, 10 and 5, 15. So ultimately I'm getting 15. So whatever number I have passed, it is added as a 15. But I want to end somehow. See, it is I'm getting this function. I want to end at particular level, that I want the result value as 15. I don't want to go further if I don't want to. So what I will do, I will pass empty one in the end. And what I will do, empty one. And then in the code, I will modify this code and I will say if nothing is passed, then don't return this sum, this function. Right now I'm returning this function. But when I see nothing is passed, I will return the total, this total, not the function. When I get something like this, when I get something, then I will return the function. But in the end, when I don't get anything as a value, so here I will change somehow that if I don't get B, then just return the total, don't return the function, so that I should end somehow. Right now it's returning the function infinite times. So let's modify this function so that I can end somehow. So what I will do, I will say check here if B is there. If we pass B, then I will calculate the total and I will return the sum. And if we don't pass B, that is else, then I will return the total. I don't want to pass the function again, so that when user wants to end somehow, he will just pass empty B, and if B is not there, then it will return total. Okay. Okay, now let's try this one. sum of 1 and 2 and 3. So if in the end I will pass empty, when I pass empty, it will return this total and it will not return the function. So I will see the answer is coming as 6. But if I pass up to 3 only, then I will get this function, because in the end I should pass this empty this empty parenthesis, so that I know that I have to uh, return the total. Okay, so if I pass empty, so let's add more one. Why? Okay, since the end is empty, it will return the total of 15. So I can go to infinite level with these lines of the code, and I don't need to worry about writing the return function multiple times. So with only this code, I can run to infinite types of this sum and I can add it. And if we want to see the closure, let's see what is the closure coming. So I'll do console.dir, and here I will see the closure. Closure is the total, because total is the one created in the top function and used in this function. So this function is the closure, though it is returned also, doesn't matter. But this function will act as a closure because this function is inside of the top parent function and it is using the variable from the parent function. Okay, so this is the sum problem. This is the simple basic stuff which I put here. I will modify it a little bit more on this one. Okay, so write down this function in your console or in your editor and save it. Tomorrow you have to write this function without looking, and you have to write down this complete function and run it and show me that it is working. There will be slight change in the code which I will do tomorrow, not today. Today I have to go early, but so in 5 minutes I will close the class. But at least just first write down this and then we'll talk a little bit more. Let me know when it is done. So just write down this. Okay, one person is done. Let's wait. Okay, so this is the example of the closure, and this is the real example of the closure which is asked in the interview. So they will give you that if I pass like this sum 1, 2, 3, and in the end there is a parenthesis, how will you how will you write a function so that it add all the numbers? Okay, so this is a practical example of closure which they ask. So they will not ask if you know the closure or what is the definition of the closure. And if they ask the definition of closure, you just remember the definition and you can say, but nobody will ask you the definition. If you can solve this problem using this closure, then they know that you know closure and you can solve the closure in your practical example. So just try to remember this function. I will do little change tomorrow, which I don't want to take burden of that change now today, because this will mess up your thinking of what I explained here. So tomorrow I will do slight modification and you have to learn that modification tomorrow and you have to solve this here. So I will ask every one of you to write this function, not tomorrow, on Monday. I will ask everyone to write this function without looking, without opening your book. You have to write this function and tell me the answer. Okay. I will do some modification, but that will be slight modification which you can remember on Monday, and then you can write the code with the modification. Okay, so this is the only thing which we will do today. Today I have to go somewhere, so I will stop it here. If you have any questions, you can ask me.